Hold on. There we go. Hi, Uncle Buck. Hi, Vanna. Hi, Adam. Yeah, my chat initially. No, I initially mistyped it, Vanna. So I saw my mom. Hi, Brooke. Hey, Buttercup. Worst 2 days of your life. Yeah, at first, for some reason, the chat didn't load up initially. I needed to reboot in order to get my chat, in order to get chat actually showing. That was dinner. That was good. We ordered Philo's. Are you sure there's an apology? It's just the first T-shirt I grabbed off the top of my. I did laundry, so this is just the first T-shirt I grabbed. Brother birthday? Not yet. We will meet too soon. His birthday is coming up next week. He will actually be working on his birthday, so we're probably going to celebrate. We might be celebrating his birthday this weekend. I did not get the Greek pizza. Feel better? Yeah. What did I get? I got chicken bruschetta. And yeah, I'm going to need to go out Friday to get my brother's birthday present. Get his scotch. Yep. Yeah, gonna pick him up some scotch. Groceries. Not today. Tomorrow. Go cheese will be tomorrow. Don't forget cheese this time. I know. I need to remember the cheese. Luckily, I've. It's a good thing that I picked up those freezies because I've been having freezies for desserts instead. The freezies have been good desserts. Who doesn't like a good freezy? You know? You have cheese. Yeah. Yeah. I always have the cheeses like just as a little dessert after I eat. Yeah. What's wrong with cheese as a dessert? Do you have an objection to eating cheese as a dessert? Cheesecake? No, just cheese. Well, if that's your own issue. It's a thing, yeah. Absolutely a thing. I mean, it's not really a thing, but hey, Habiba. Uber Eats shadow banned me. Uncle Buck had me believing it's cultural. Dessert wine and cheese. I mean, sure, but I don't have the wine. And I think usually, like, when people have like dessert wine with cheese, it's usually like cheese and crackers. I just grab the cheese and start chowing down on a block of cheese. Call it a snack, despite what time it is. What time it's consumed because of it. I mean, fair. That's fair, Vanna. But yeah, I just have it as a post meal treat. Because sometimes after I eat, I just want a treat. I mean, most times. Because after I finish eating, I need a treat, you know? What was my illness? Um, Mostly it was insomnia. Anti-lactose. Yeah, for some reason, just eating a little bit of cheese doesn't do anything to me. Hey, Fernanda. Yeah, I've got insomnia again, and yeah, it just left me feeling shitty. Feeling better tonight. Hey, Hobo. Hey, Cincinnati. Up to insomnia. Yeah, I've been doing pretty well lately. Or I had been doing pretty well in regards to not having insomnia lately, and then past 3 nights, just been like, no, it's back. The more aged the cheese, the less lactose is in it. Sharp cheddar has less than mild melatonin. I've never actually had melatonin. Um, I've tried like that. Claims like an OD on melatonin because I took 50 milligrams. I remember Chantel picked up like these natural supplement sleeping aids, and those ones did fuck all for me. Wasn't proper melatonin. It was just herbal remedy type shit. Did I try turning all the lights off and laying in the dark when you're actually tired? Sort of. Given what time I'm going to bed, there's only so dark I can get it. But I do try to get it as dark as I'm able. Keep the room cool. I mean, as cool as I can. I'm asking. I feel like I'd find that uncomfortable. Hey, Jordan. For 2 months, did nothing. Did nothing. Put my blanket over my eyes like an inmate. Haven't tried that one, but yes, my mom saw me as well. Yeah, I mean, basically, I do what I can, but I mean, there's limits to what I am able to do. Limits to how dark I can have the room and how cool I can have the room just because with what time going to bed, it can only be so dark, and with it being summer, it can only be so cool. Blackout curtains and a fan. The insomnia did have me feeling pretty shitty. I had insomnia, and it had me feeling shitty. Tired. Yeah, I mean, when I get tired enough, I do feel like shit. And I mean, it's summer. It's getting into warm weather as well, so I think part of it I'm having to adjust to the warm weather, which I never really adjust to warm weather, frankly. I never quite get adjusted to summer. I said 35 minutes after telling you to feel better. Take your time and hurry up. I was so bored of missing you. I did see that you mentioned that you were bored. Smack that like. Don't forget to smash that like button. The leader, James, like, hey, Rebecca. Yeah, you need to. Vanna expressed that she was happy to get a break from me. Walking pad. I don't think I will, but yeah. Honestly, I should. I should get a treadmill or a walking pad or whatever. I should get something just so I can get some exercise in while without having to do much. But get a bed jet. It's $1,000. And I think about what I'm doing. Just walk to the slow pace and watch YouTube. Fun on a fan. Maybe I'll consider it when I get a job. Right now, I do still feel like I should conserve any money that I can. So once I get a job, I will consider it Buttercup. I'm lazy, so I probably still won't. But still won't get it. But I will consider it. Hey, Bambi. With you? Eh. Feel better rested than the past couple days, at least. Jeffrey is from cold. I think that's hypo. Couldn't find me here. By the way, Rebecca, you were the one who gave me that $20 to get my mom something, right? It may please you to know that I used that $20 for that $20 partly went towards tonight's dinner. I mean, dinner came out to like $80, but I paid for dinner. I paid for dinner, so that $20 went towards that. Got her a diner. So it went towards getting her a dinner, some potatoes, and a slice of carrot cake. I got myself chicken brochette platter, which comes with potatoes, salad, and rice. And I also got myself a slice of carrot cake. Potatoes, carrot cake. Yeah, because they didn't have any of the baklava. Usually we get baklava. Usually I order baklava. But for my mom, like my mom really likes baklava, so usually she'll get a couple slices of that, a slice or two of baklava, but they didn't have any today, so single is $500. I did not get the chicken au gratin today. I got the chicken brochette. It's like a kebab, but they actually remove the stick before they deliver it. Yeah, bruschetta, I think, is the chicken bruschetta. I mean, it's basically a kebab. But like I said, with Philo's, they do remove the, they don't, it's great good. They do take the stick out first. It's only since I ate personal pizza. It has been a while since I ordered myself pizza. New menu item for Philo's for every meal. That would get expensive, Buttercup. Every night? Philo's every night? No, that would get way too expensive. Also, I'm very picky. No, I will probably order Philo's once for the month that I'm there. Like, genuinely, I'll get it one time while I'm there. I'd like to visit during your month there and stay with you. You guys can recreate the villa days. One bedroom apartment, Buttercup. Two people in a one bedroom apartment is not great, to be honest. Someone can sleep on the floor. One bed, one couch. I mean, it's not just that. It's like there's it's small and it's just nah. Wouldn't work. Plus, there's the cat. Don't forget, there's also a cat. So, you know. Nothing with the side that women will never be embracing Catholic Christianity. Yep. Catholicism is a pretty misogynistic religion. Kingsley hits the bed. Convent for Down syndrome nuns. I mean, that's nice. Hey, Elf. Okay, if when praying, they just don't want to have power. Exactly. And Katy Perry stole the convent. She would if she could. Sure, Elf. Can I cry? Sure. It's not your party, but you can still cry if you want to. It's my party and I pray if I want. Cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. Wallow in self-pity. It's what I do. It's part of my daily routine. Wallow in your dad's jizz. And the stream early. Yeah, if the conversation gets into stuff that I just find annoying or gross, I'll just start timing people out. So please behave. Everyone, please behave. Not you. I mean, hey, Kaylee. What I'll say, Buttercup, is I would not recommend trying to find out. Of course, I don't hate you. I act all daddy. Don't make me turn this car around. Is this to show you we know you can't drive? Ouch. Do you believe in manifestation? Nope. Beat me with your fictional gear shift. Sorry, Buttercup. There's an article that came out about the King of the Hill revival. Apparently, Bobby is going to be pursuing a career as a chef. Also, Dale is in the first look trailer, or first look image, which is interesting given the voice actor's dead. Hey, fat kid. No, perfect as is. I'm kind of inclined to agree, Buttercup. Like, I am kind of inclined to think that, like, letting things end has value. Like, there's all these reboots. Yeah, reboots, revivals, sequels, prequels. I don't know. It's tell that to Star Wars. For Star Wars, like, it's a big setting. Tistic Son constantly says, I don't know you. Hey, Michaela. That's my purse. I don't know you. Um, yeah, so like something like Star Wars or Star Trek, it's a setting. You can do whatever you want in that setting. Like, I mean, like you can tell a million stories, and like all of them, like some connected to others, but they can all be different. Rehashing old IP is the most profitable, but it's killing culture. Yeah, it is. It does suck. But yeah, like Star Wars, I'll give Star Wars a pass because, like I said, it's that one is a setting. You can do different things within that setting. You can do things that are completely unrelated to the Skywalkers, the Skywalker family. You can follow other characters. You can do other genre. You can do other genres within the Star Wars setting. Star Wars workplace comedy. You know, I think that was something that was actually pitched once. Like I'm pretty sure that was something that was actually like there had actually been sort of plans for Star Wars workplace comedy set on like the Death Star or something like that. So yeah, I mean, Star Wars, fine. You can keep making Star Wars shit, fine. Marvel, they can keep making Marvel things, fine. But like, there is still value in letting things end. Do you like the Shags? I don't know the Shags. In letting things end and letting them stay ended. And I mean, sometimes something ends before its time. Like Futurama arguably ended before its time. So, when it was brought back, okay. But it's reached its time. I like the pup named Scooby-Doo. Yeah, I think you can keep making Scooby-Doo things. I'm fine with them continuing making more Scooby-Doo stuff. Scooby-Doo's fun. It's a kid thing. And like with Scooby-Doo is for kids. There's always going to be a new generation discovering Scooby-Doo. And I am absolutely fine with there always being like, with every generation getting their own Scooby-Doo thing. Simpsons should have ended 20 years ago. Yeah. King of the Hill lasted a good long time. It got a good run. It's hard to argue that King of the Hill ended too early. It lasted, what, 12 seasons? 12, 13 seasons? That is a good, solid run. And it should have been allowed to stay complete. Bring it back, I don't know. I mean, Mike Judge is still involved, so I mean, obviously, like, it's something that he wants to do and everything, but Star Wars is just a cash grab at this point. Star Wars has been a cash grab for a long time, Bambi. Star Wars has been a cash grab since Return of the Jedi. There's a reason the Ewoks are so cute. People have been mocking the merchandising around Star Wars for decades. What we call it, Prince of the Hill. So I mean, like, Star Wars has been a cash grab for a long ass time. And I mean, from what I understand, Andor seems to have been a phenomenal show. Like a lot of Star Wars stuff has been criticized as being weak and hollow, but Andor's gotten tons of praise as a show about resisting fascism. Do you like any metal? Not particularly. Like the first season of The Mandalorian got a lot of praise. Rogue One was really well received. Game of Thrones? No, never watched Game of Thrones. I mean, really, the worst you can say about the modern era of Star Wars is that instead of uh, a massive number of books of of varying quality, it's a handful of shows and movies of varying quality. You know, like because prior to Disney buying, I mean, it was just like the Star Wars had mountains of books and other stuff as well. Less in the way of Martin. Never read anything by George R. R. Martin. Honestly, I think about the only thing that I can think of that I've ever read by George R. R. Martin. The only thing that I can think of that I've ever read by him was a letter he wrote to an Avengers to the Avengers comic back in the '60s. Before he was a famous writer, he was a nerd. So he actually did write letters to Marvel back in the '60s, and one of his letters was published in an Avengers issue. Not a big high fantasy person. I mean, yeah, yes, no, kinda. I mean, I do enjoy fantasy. What it is, I want to find like oh, actually, I was wrong. It was Fantastic Four. He wrote it. He had a letter published in a Fantastic Four issue. Could have been great moves that stretch out everything, and they ruined Mandalorian by milking it way too much and too fast. It did seem like they milked the Mandalorian a bit. Um, oh no, he did have one in Avengers as well. So yeah, Fantastic Four, Avengers. So he had a couple of letters published in Marvel Comics way back in the day. And that's about. I think that's the only thing I've ever read by him. But yeah, as far as fantasy goes, I want to find like I do like to see like diverse voices. So that's sort of where I'm sort of leaning with fantasy is fantasy by non-white writers. So fuck off, Elf. I'll time you up soon. Um, yeah, so that's why I read like Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julie Dow or The Iron Widow, although those are more sci-fi. Yeah, I'm timing you out. Stop being gross when you come back in half an hour. like stories in worlds like Lord of the Rings. I mean, I enjoyed Lord of the Rings when I read it. Like, I read Lord of the Rings before I even knew that there were movies coming out. Like, I read Lord of the Rings elementary school. I read the Lord of the Rings novels like grade 8. So this is before. I don't know if the movies had been announced at that point, but if they'd been announced, I hadn't heard about them. So yeah, I read them like before the movies were even announced. And yeah, I enjoyed the books, and I enjoyed the movies. Rare instance where I think, on the whole, the movies are kind of better than the books. Something puts you off orange work. Honestly, too popular. It's hype aversion. It's just me being a contrarian. It's me being contrary for the sake of being contrary. I don't like DC comics. I haven't read DC comics since shortly after Superman returned from the dead. Marvel. I used to like Marvel comics. I haven't read anything Marvel in like 5 years. But I mean, Marvel I grew up on. X-Men expert. Yeah. I grew up on Marvel though. Like Marvel is something like literally is a part of my childhood. Like some of my earliest memories are those comics and those cartoons in the 90s. Like some super popular stuff. Some, but really since I became sort of a teenager, since my teenage years, I've definitely had a sense of, oh, this is super popular right now. I'm out. You rebel. I don't know, just obstinate. I'm just stubborn. Yeah, Marvel. Yeah, I used to tweet about Marvel every week. Every week when I got Marvel comics, I'd tweet out my favorite panels or any panels that stood out to me. Contrarian, yeah. Hey, Killface. I am. I'm just stubborn and contrary, and there's no reason for it, and there's no need for it. It doesn't help. It doesn't benefit me at all. But I see Game of Thrones novels on I go to the first time I heard about Game of Thrones uh, was at a bookstore with a girl, and I saw this is before the show came out. This would have been what 2013, I guess it would have been. It's agreeing to be big into Game of Thrones now. No, but I mean, it was hugely popular for a long time. I made the decision not to read or watch it. Thus, I'm going to stick with that decision. Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, it would have been around 2013, which I think was before the show. Was at a bookstore with a girl, and I saw some of those books sort of like on a display. I was like, "Oh, you must read." And that pretty much guaranteed that I wouldn't read them. Tell us about your date. It was Ashley. It was not Ashley. No, it was a girl I dated for a year in college. This is again. This is 2013. It was a girl that I dated like for 1 year when I was in college. You had a date? No, I didn't. I haven't had a date since I moved back to Cornwall. She comic person too? No, nah, she wasn't. Was she the homely one? Oh, good night, Bambi. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that I'd say homely. What the fuck's imaginary bitches world up? Anyway, yeah. So I mean, that was like the first time I heard about Game of Thrones was just like seeing like a display about must read, and I immediately just like, eh, pass. And then the show became huge success. It's like, well, that's me opting out of that. That's me opting out of that entirely. What do you like to do on first dates? I don't know. I suppose really like the main thing for first date would be dinner or coffee shop and something where you can just sit and chat. Picking up Ghost World and being blown away like this is exactly how me and my friends actually talk. Nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. I should specify I don't actually like coffee, so when I say like coffee shop, I don't actually like coffee. But yeah, a place like that. Like I said, somewhere you can just get together, chat. Coffee or walk is ideal if it's an actual first date. Low stakes and then quickly if it's awkward. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I like movies, so we don't have to talk. I mean, the whole point of a date is to get to know somebody, though. Things you try to find out on first date, figure out compatibility. Not really. Just chat. World War III, Donda 2. I have not. I did watch the trailer for the new Superman movie. It's a pretty good trailer. Hey, old meat. Destination. Pass. Do you listen to the first Donda album? Marilyn Manson was on it along with other accused rapists. Do you like seeing sexy people die in gruesome ways? I don't actually. I don't like that, old meat. Went to a diner with this guy with a zine he wouldn't stop bragging about, telling me I didn't have to be nervous. That pissed me off because I wasn't. I never liked Marilyn Manson. Nine Inch Nails, there are a couple of Nine Inch Nails songs that I do like. March of the Pigs is solid. Head Like a Hole. I enjoy Head Like a Hole. They weren't someone I was a huge fan of. Like, they weren't someone I was a big fan of. But, you know, I didn't mind Nine Inch Nails. Marilyn Manson I never liked. Collecting his Oscars now. I think Nine Inch Nails coming up with something new tomorrow. Cool, cool. So on end with a perfect circle opening and it changed my life. Yeah, for Marilyn Manson, he always felt like a tryhard. You know, like the vibe I always got was just, oh, look how edgy I am. Oh, I'm so shocking. I'm so shocking and edgy. Aren't you shocked by how edgy I am? Shut the fuck up, dude. Even his sex crimes feel tryhard? Yeah. I'll stay home this week because my parents are going to Marilyn Manson concert. Way to make me feel old, Vanna. Seems very intelligent in interviews, but his music's not my style. But it's like, does he seem intelligent, or does he just speak reasonably well? Because there's a difference, you know, like. You remember that? Like, you remember that movie, Bowling for Columbine? I remember, like, in Bowling for Columbine, what's his name spoke to Marilyn Manson because I guess the kids were allegedly fans of Marilyn Manson. So the dude was like, if you could speak to them, what would you say? It's like, I wouldn't say anything. I would just listen. Fucker, these are middle-class white dudes. You think nobody's fucking listening to them? They don't have anything. They didn't have anything fucking interesting to say. That was the problem. They weren't fucking. They were no poor lonely boys. Nobody likes them. They were fucking assholes. Was the issue? Nobody liked them because they were so fucking assholes, so fucking shitty. That was why nobody at the school liked them, was because they were shitty kids. Listening to them wasn't going to change that. What you should have told them is, don't be douchebags. Too much time in their hands? Yeah, I mean, it's like, that was the issue, is they were just shitty ass kids. Middle class, suburban, cis het white boys who felt entitled to everything because of the fact that they were middle class suburban cis het white boys. Watch that live. It was horrible. Yeah, I didn't watch it live, but to, to attention to whatever they wanted. POTUS has more influence, even if indirect, on youth. Sure, because I mean he can push various policies and everything. Governors and state legislatures, huge influence on youth. Bowling for Columbine show on TV. Well, no, Bowling for Columbine was it was a movie. Sure, it got. I'm sure it got played on. I'm sure a lot of TV stations did air it, and like a lot of schools probably showed it. But yeah, as far as like the Columbine shooting, yeah, that was shown on TV. I mean, like obviously, like the shooting itself wasn't, but like, yeah, I mean, there was news coverage. It was covered. Like there were news stations while it was still going on before the police went in. What is it called? That Bowling for Columbine. Because of an urban legend, not actually true, that says the shooters went bowling uh, that morning before they shut up their school. Schools have had something called Rachel's Challenge for years. Canned tuna or chicken. Does the smell of your fart change at all with your diet being so unchanging? I don't really know, Kayla. I don't really pay attention to how my farts smell. I don't really pay that much attention to how they smell. Yeah, what's I'm not familiar with Rachel's Challenge. Maybe because I'm Canadian. Sister, the first kid that was killed. Honestly, it might be because I'm Canadian. We don't have school shootings here. Um, so that might be why I'm not familiar with Rachel's Challenge. Hi, Shifter. And by the way, I hate how much of a humble brag that sounds like. Polytech, right? And that was the last notable school shooting here, and that was like the '80s. Polytech was the fucking 19 goddamn '80s. Shifter. I mean, we have had shootings at schools since then, but it is so exceptionally rare. Heart smell and book into CRC ways monitor health. Yeah, like there was one 2016 out in Saskatchewan. One in 2013 in Gatineau, actually. But I mean, like very few. Like the one in 2016, there were 4 people killed. One in 2012 in Alberta, Edmonton. 2007 in Toronto. Is Joni Mitchell a national hero? I mean, she's definitely well regarded. So, like, yes, shootings happen, but it can be years between each shooting here in Canada. In the US, shooting here in Canada. In the US, in the US, you can have news about a school shooting interrupted breaking news about another school shooting. So like it's very, very different. Shifter. Hey Zoe. Am I? Eh, alive. And I hate how much of a humble brag that we don't really have school shootings in Canada sounds like. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't sound like bragging. It should just be like, well, of course you don't. Like, of course, school shootings are rare. Why would they not be rare? Why would that be something you have to emphasize? I blame society. I blame easy access to guns. Came in at a deep moment. Yep. I'm going to get more water. That's something for his own that I had to sign for today because I didn't. Bloody axe and knife. And yeah, there should absolutely be mandatory background checks. Close loopholes on fucking gun shows, not having to do background checks. You guys had 56 school shootings in 2024 alone. And 60 years before. Yeah, and there's 52 weeks in a year. And schools are closed for what, probably like 10 to 12 weeks out of the year that schools are closed. So there's what, like 40 odd weeks? Like 40 odd weeks in the school year? If that, maybe even less than 40 weeks in the school year. Because, I mean, July and August you'd have off, so that's like 8 weeks there. Christmas vacation is like 2 weeks, so that's 10 weeks off. March break. I think the school year closes probably. I think the school closes probably like mid-June, so that's probably like another. So yeah, like maybe 38 school weeks, maybe 38 school weeks in a year. You're getting like 50, 60 shootings. Yeah, it is an insane number. Look up gun crime in London. 181 days, I think. Yeah, so I don't know like how many. Like I said, I don't know how many weeks it works out to, but yeah. Gun crime in London. Uh, 1,248 firearm offenses in London 2023-24. Okay, Zoe. Less than 2,000. I mean, less than 1,500. Less than 1,300. That said, it is actually up from 1,085 from the year before. It's not a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I'm imagining a city like St. Louis seeing that. Yeah, that's adorable. You think you're a dangerous city. I think we have that in a day in Chicago alone. And Chicago's safer than it's ever been. Chicago's not even in the top 10 most dangerous cities. Not even the top 25. Chicago's not even in like I think it's like the 28th most dangerous city in the U.S. It's not even in the top 25 highest murder rates anymore, as I recall. Inner city is where it's bad. Gang on gang, usually. Even then, though, like I said, it's the old stereotype of Chirac. Uh, it's outdated. It's nowhere near as dangerous as it used to be. And really, yeah, more of a sword, knife crimes. Yeah, and I mean, yes, like Chicago had almost 1,000 murders in 2022, but it's got a large population. Detroit is still very dangerous. Kansas City is bad. Birmingham. New Orleans is actually the worst, or was as of like 2022. Tried cooking before and I was paranoid as shit. Yeah, so like New Orleans has a homicide rate of 58.4 per 100,000 people, which that's bad. St. Louis, 57.2. Baltimore, Philadelphia, Memphis, Birmingham. Yeah, I mean, there's. Hey, hey, anorexia. So like I said, Chicago doesn't even break the top 20 for murder for rates. Oh, actually, no, 17th. It is in the top 20, but only barely. But in 2022, it was 17th. Homicide rate of 18.2 per 100,000 people. Which homicide rate of 18.2 per 100,000 people. Which not that bad, really. years ago. I got a bloody metal pellet rifle taken off me by the police. Yeah. Indianapolis has a higher murder rate. Nobody talks about what a hellhole Indianapolis is. Milwaukee, there's nobody out there like, oh, be careful in Milwaukee, you're going to get shot. They're like, be careful in Milwaukee. It's fucking Milwaukee. Why would you go there? Had to sign for an item I bought from Amazon today because it contained a bloody axe. Sure. Swiss Army knife updated. Interestingly, 9 of the top 10 deadliest cities are in Mexico. Like when you look at homicide rate, cities by homicide rate, 9 of the top 10 are Mexico. Number 8 is New Orleans. Big Easy. Making it into the top 10 deadliest cities in the world. I went to Milwaukee and it got me some pussy back in 2019. Can't get away with anything here. And he's always been high crime. I live far from Gary, Indiana. It's known for crime, but it's really abandoned now. Yeah. Thought London was meant to be more dangerous than NYC. Not that I want to be obvious. I mean, I honestly, New York's nowhere near as dangerous as it used to be. Hi, Caroline. Yep, still in between jobs. I'm still looking. But yeah, I haven't found anything. I haven't looked the past couple nights because I've been feeling shitty. Need to look again tonight. Yeah, I mean, as far as how dangerous London is, I mean, it's a big city. You know, like any big city is going to have dangers. But at the same time, it's statistically less likely to happen to you. You know, like it's. If there's 3 muggings in a town of 1,000 people compared to 300 muggings in a town of 1 million people or in a city of 1 million people, Sure, the big city has more muggings total, but you're still statistically less likely to be mugged than the town of 1,000 that only had three muggings, right? Yeah, it's just statistics. Um, Mental health is more important than money. Sure, but you still need money to survive. Um, Married Bonvoy hotels are hiring remote workers. So yeah, I mean, it's London has more crimes than a lot of cities, than a lot of smaller cities, but it's a big city. And of course, politicians are going to fearmonger in order to get votes. So they're going to emphasize, oh, it's such dangerous. Oh, there are neighborhoods in London you can't go to anymore. I didn't see her for Mother's Day, but I did see her today. Yeah, just this past Sunday was Mother's Day here in Canada. So, yeah, I mean, you get jackasses going on TV to talk about how there are parts of London that white people aren't allowed to visit. And then when white people actually do go to those neighborhoods, everyone's totally polite and morning, top of the morning to you. Are there any truly dangerous cities in the U.S.? A few. St. Louis, New Orleans is genuinely dangerous. St. Louis is genuinely dangerous. Baltimore is dangerous. There are cities that are like legitimately dangerous. That I can piss off wherever I want. The Irish part of London. Apparently, yes. I was doing the Irish part of London. Yeah, yeah. I didn't mean to sound Irish, but yes. There's no Irish part. I know, but I did an accidental Irish accent. Zoe is the joke. You know, I am so offended at this mockery of my accent. I'm gonna eat some carrot cake now. I mean, I picked up some dessert from. I ordered some dessert when I ordered Philo's. These are their takeout containers. Just foil and a little plastic lid, clear plastic lid. They do big slices of carrot cake. They do big carrot cakes. Is the witch? I always forget the name. Hey, Chowder. You do with the trash? I have a garbage bag. And then, whenever it gets full, I take it down. Cream cheese frosting? Yep. Anyways, like the book is just called The Witch because I feel like The Witch is one of those things. It's gonna be hard to search for something that's just called The Witch. Something deliveries. Kiki's delivery service? Was it Kiki's delivery service, Zoe? Because I did read that. The first book, anyway. I did read the first book in the Kiki's delivery service. Got a review of it. Give me a second. Yeah, I've got my review of it right there. There's my review of it. Oh, you want me to read the book to you? Like you want me to actually like read the book out loud? You want to still think? No. Ramona was a character. That's my review of it. But did you mean you want me to like just like grab it and start reading it out loud? I don't know about doing that. About like an audiobook type thing. I'm sure there is an audiobook version of it. She was the queen. Yeah, but she was only she really only appeared like she was really only for some of Chantal, a couple of Chantal's sketches. I want to eat that carrot cake. Unfortunately for you, I'm eating it. my cake. It's just cool. I would fuck up some carrot cake. Yep. Did audio work? Eh, not that easy. I'm paranoid. What should I do? Mm-hmm. A young YouTube who talks people down from bad highs. That sounds cool. That sounds like a fun channel. Order fried chicken. You know what? Yeah. I'm with Enaripsa. Fried chicken is the solution for everything. Fried chicken pixel log. Yeah. How paranoid can you be while you're eating fried chicken? You know? You never go for 10 p.m. It's because I started at 8:30 this time. Too anxious to read books, but I buy food because I'm drawn in by the artwork at the cover and title. Honestly, there's a few books on my wish list that are like, oh, I like that title. And it's a cool cover, and it's a nice cover. Like they say, never judge a book by its cover, but there are some times where it's like, oh, that cover caught my attention. I am now curious for more. So I chose the books I bought for you. Hey, Bailey. You know, if you have trouble with books, give webcomics a try. I basically never see them in Europe, so I never leave I never leave my room, so yeah, webcomics are good because like a lot of webcomics are just like very small. A lot of webcomics are just like, a few panels a day. There are longer ones as well, but I mean, like, a lot of webcomics, it'll just be, they're strips. Sitting down and actually like reading a book, yeah, and that can genuinely be hard. But popping up on a website and reading a strip or two of a webcomic, well, that's easy. Yeah, that's like going back to your. It's like going back to the being a kid and reading the funny pages in the newspaper, right? What's old Beetle Bailey up to this week? Yeah, it's easy. So yeah, if you're trying to get back into reading, webcomics are a good place to start. Family Circus and Love Is. And of course, the GOAT, Calvin and Hobbes. I actually really want to get a collected edition of Calvin and Hobbes. Did we get sick? Um, Not often actually. I've been sort of lucky as far as like colds and flus. I've been pretty lucky for the past few years. Yeah, like Calvin and Hobbes was one of the absolute all-time great comic strips. So I would love to get a collection of that. Farside, yeah, Farside would be a good one as well. On the note, Calvin and Hobbes from memes because they lend themselves so well to it. Like you can take like there are so many Calvin and Hobbes strips. You can just take the whole strip and like just don't even need to edit it, and it's a meme. Like it's just like just this one this strip is in itself a meme, a perfectly functional meme without any changes to it. Because Watterson was just that. Watterson was just a genius. What was dinner? Philo's. I got chicken bruschetta. Yeah, Bill Watterson was very intelligent. So a lot of the Calvin and Hobbes strips were really smart, but he also knew how to be really stupid. I'd do anything for a Big Mac right now. Would you kill a man? You used to ever let the characters be merchandised? Yeah, like that is the wildest part. He could have made so much money from merchandise, but he chose not to. Meanwhile, contrast that with the guy who does Garfield, who got into it specifically for merchandising. I'm blanking on the creator who created Garfield. I'm blanking on his name. But yeah, I mean, he was very upfront. He was very open about the fact that he created Garfield specifically in the hopes that it could be merchandised. And holy shit, was it ever? Merchandised all to hell and back. But and like the general attitude from other cartoonists is, hey, make that bank. You know, like, Anastasia. The apartment. Not anytime soon, I expect. When's cooking to start? I mean, it's going to be another couple months. Month and a half? Yeah, it's going to be another month and a half. It's end of June that my mom plans on leaving. Shit. Still trying to remember the name of the Garfield guy. Jim. My mom's going to Scotland. Three hours from now, I'm going to randomly remember the name of the guy. Not even going to be trying to think of his name. Just randomly going to be like, oh, right. Just going to be like, his name's just going to pop into my head. I'm like, where the hell am I thinking about him? Oh, right. From earlier. Davis. Thank you, Buttercup. That saved me randomly thinking of it later. Yeah, Jim Davis. I respect Jim Davis. He was a man who stuck to his principles. Those principles being, I want a lot of money. Look up everything. Why aren't you doing that? Because I knew I could get my viewers to look it up. I wanted to know if I could remember it myself. Scotland is a great place. It's a great place. Scotland's great. And she's originally from Scotland. She is from Scotland, so she's going over to see her family over there, her brother and her niece. Where are you going? I mean, I need a job. Oh no, there's an unsettled parking fine under my name. I better visit this Google address to pay it. Garfield stood on John's open newspaper and noticed I was reading that. Nobody cares about your past, John. Yeah, yeah, literally, it's like the address is literally fucking Google. Like, yes, I absolutely believe that that this parking ticket is needs to be paid through a fucking Google address. Still watch Garfield Christmas every year. Any emails from my daughter that's been in the LTAC unable to do anything? Mm. For Brighton in Scotland. You ask me. The biggest issue with Scotland these days is that J.K. Rowling lives there. We're all different. She is indeed, Killface. She's an asshole. What? Yeah, mostly her transphobia. This looks so big. It is big. I do feel like the thing that bugs me the most about Rowling is that trans people are the only political issue she talks about. You know, Labor's doing all sorts of absolutely horrendous bullshit. Like, tons of stupid, cruel, petty, counter-effective, stupid bullshit. She doesn't say jack shit about any of it. She bitches about trans people, and that's it. That is the entire extent of her political agenda, is whining about trans people existing. Like, you look at her Twitter feed, and it's just shitting on trans people, shitting on trans people, shitting on trans people. Maybe some stuff about, maybe some stuff about her books or her shows. More shitting about trans people. And then every once in a while, every couple months, she'll throw in something about women in Iran or Afghanistan. Just, I guess, it happens to cross her feed. So she'll like, oh, right, it's so tragic what's happening to them. And then, she'll go back bitching about trans people. And it's like, fucker, do you pay any attention to the news? That's the only fucking thing you care. You don't care about what labor is doing to migrants. You don't care about. You don't fucking care about them just declaring that artists aren't laborers anymore. Selling writers and artists out to AI. You don't give a shit about that. Fuck you, asshole. Fuck off. It's just. She's a single issue voter, and that issue is fuck trans people. Wonder how many she has in her tenancy. Oh, absolutely none. J.K. Rowling and Enya both have castles. The difference is Enya just sits in her castle with a whole bunch of cats and doesn't fucking tweet. And that's why nobody has beef with Enya. I want to go to Enya's cat-filled castle. Anyway, I'm going to get going now. So thanks for coming. And good night, everybody.